be one of our package, right? So now you understand why security is important, right? Let's move ahead. Next slide, please. Okay, and okay, I'll give you a very short warning. I do not have many text in my PPTs. It's just memes and pictures. So is it okay with you guys? Okay, yeah, okay. Security terms, right? Stuffs like that. So you have to make sure that whatever you're uploading in the cloud is your responsibility. Of the cloud is responsibility of AWS. Move ahead. Alright, so these are the simple 8 steps that I curated by my few years of experience, and I tried to, I'll try to explain you how you can implement it, and this is the things that we usually use in enterprise customers workload, but I'll try to, simplify it for you. First one would be IAM Identity Center. How many of you are aware about IAM users, roles, policies? Hey, friends, come on. Most of them. How many of you know about IAM Identity Center? Few of them? Good. Good. At least 15% of the ones who have raised your hand, you know about IAM Identity Center, right? So when you work in a customer's environment, I'll go through each one of them later, but these are the 8 things that I'm going to discuss in next 15 to 17 minutes, right? Let's move ahead. And there will be a lot of services that I'll be discussing today, and it is not essential for you to remember each and every service. Just remember that what scenarios we are going through today, so that later when you face something, you just Google it out, right? It's not necessary to remember each and every service. This is IAM Identity Center. So right now, I would suggest if you are interning somewhere, or if you are working with multiple accounts, right? Do not use IAM. Use IAM Identity Center instead. So what does IAM Identity Center does? It will help you to manage your access. It will help you to manage your users, permissions and policies across an organization. An organization is consist of multiple accounts, right? So right now you have 5 friends, all are using different AWS accounts. It's easy for you to use IAM users, roles and policies to give permission, right? What if 5 of you decide to come up with a project and all 5 of you want to work in each and every account? Suppose one account is for front end, one is for back end, one is for AIML related stuffs, right? So you need to make sure that you have proper access everywhere. That's when IAM Identity Center comes in place. So this is one of the best practices if you're working in customers environment who have more than one accounts. You can use IAM Identity Center. Next, please. Yeah. So again, have you heard about Okta or AD Azure Directory? Have you heard something about that? What is it? Third party? So it's third party tools, right? Which helps you for authentication and authorization. Correct? So IAM Identity Center can be easily integrated with all those third party things. And have you heard about SSO? What is SSO? Single sign-on. Yes, that's where it comes into picture. So it integrated with all your third-party services which you might use, and it's easier for you to move your access and permissions in that manner. Next, please. All right, what is this? Can you read the meme? Did you understand the reel? No. Okay. So, as you can see, the boy is saying that we are updating our password policy to require minimum of 12 characters. It cannot be just your name, right? Name @123 or name #123. This is the very common passwords. Even I was using it before a few years. The female is saying that, but password resets will only be required annually, right? No. You cannot keep your password like that for an entire year. You have to keep changing it, keep rotating it. So one of the best password policies to have unique characters, to keep it into a length of at least 10 to 12 characters, as well as you have to keep rotating it. So this meme was only to make sure that once you have access, you have to be cautious about what passwords you are putting to your users or your roles, right? Next slide, please. Okay, what's this? Did you understand the meaning? Yes. Right? It cannot be your pet name. So this was just a fun way to make you understand that it is very important to have a very strong password policy. And there are so many steps. So whenever you are creating a password, there are few 5 or 6 steps written below it, just below it, right? In bullet points. Make sure you read it next time. Do not skip it, right? Let's move ahead. Okay. Now you have proper access, secure access, you have secure password policy in place. What are the things? Only strong password would not work, right? Still we are having, before 1 or 2 years even, my Instagram account got hacked. Anybody's got hacked? They changed the username and they were asking for some crypto and I don't know. Luckily only my username was changed and I got my account back, but it happened because my MFA was not there. You have to make sure that MFA is enabled for all of your users. There are 2 or 3 kinds of MFA devices that AWS supports. One is Authenticator app. You have used Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator? Yes? Okay. Second one is security key. So this is a code generated way to have MFA on your devices. Third one is hardware TOTP token. So by hardware device also you can have MFA in place. So make sure your account is multi-factor authenticated. Next please. Principle of least privilege. Have you heard about it? Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's very important, to give proper access to proper set of people. While you are learning, exploring, testing, it's okay. It's okay to have full access or admin access. But once you are in production environment, you have to make sure you have least privilege access. That means if you are the admin in your company who will be granting access to different peoples, you have to know what is the requirement and according to that you have to give them proper access, right? So least privilege principle means that you have to give you have to identify whoever requires what access and you have to check that is it correct or not. That's it. So that is where we use the principle of least privilege. Next one is how you can do this. So there is a feature or service in AWS known as IAM Access Analyzer. Can you go into the next slide please? So you can use this service. It will basically tell you that how many users have permissions that they are not using but they are still having. Suppose I am a DevOps engineer. I only need permission of CloudFormation templates and CI/CD pipeline family, right? Code pipeline, code build, code deploy. I just want that permissions. What if I had permissions of AML services? I'm not using it, right? But there are chances that in future, if by mistake I have deleted few files in AIML or something happened. Why? It should not happen. That is where you bring in the principle of least privilege, and this service would let you know that how you have to manage the access properly. What unused accesses different users have so that they can remove it. Next slide please. Alright, so here you can see that unused access. I have just taken a screenshot. You can see what are the unused access and how you can actually manage it. You can have an option of actions over there. You can remove it from there as well. Next please. Okay, AWS Firewall Manager. Do you know about network security? Yes. You do know, right? So do you know services that we use in AWS for network security? No? Have you heard about WAF? You have heard about it. Have you heard about network firewall? At what layer it works? At what layer of OSI model? Okay. Yeah. You have heard about Shield, AWS Shield? Yes. It protects you from DDoS. You know what is DDoS? Distributed denial of services, right? So all these services have their own different use cases, right? And you are using it to protect one or the other workload at one or the other level, right? Now, AWS Firewall Manager is a service which will apply all the rules of this all services in all your accounts. So if you have an organization in all your multi accounts and multiple environments and workloads, every policies that you generate in all of these services would be applied to them automatically. You just have to enable a firewall manager, right? You don't have to go into different accounts 10 different times and enable each and every services and put each and every rules over there, the deny and allow rule of ACL and everything, right? You can, it will notify you. So that is what CloudWatch do. And CloudWatch is also useful for security. Suppose there are some security incidents happening, so you can use CloudWatch. That's fine. We can move to CloudTrail as well now. And again, CloudTrail, it's Chacha Baticha of CloudWatch, but CloudTrail will make sure it will keep all the entry logs of your API. So if you have used AIML services, it will notify that hey, this user has used this services or logged in into this services or has called this Lambda function. So CloudTrail is also there, and it will also detect security incidents. So whenever any security breach happen now, what we do first, which service we will open first? CloudTrail, because that will tell you exactly at what time, on what day, on what service, the security breach has done, when it is performed, or because of what issue it has been performed, right? So we use CloudTrail for that. Next, please. What is this? We will go through one or two services after this slide as well. But can you understand the meaning of this slide? Yeah. So no matter what security issue you have, AWS has solution for one or the other thing. And these are my few favorite services that I use day in, day out. That's why I've mentioned it. There's so many more. So what is Messi? Can anybody tell me? Not the footballer Messi, okay? I'm a big fan, but not that one. You have never used Messi? Sorry? No? Okay. Yes. So Messi uses ML algorithms, machine learning algorithms, and it will detect the PII data. So by mistake, if you have uploaded an image which contains your account number, bank account number, that should not go out, right? So Messi will capture it, and it will tell you, hey, this is your personal information which you are willing to leak. Do you want to do that or not? So it will come back to you with that information. Amazon Guard Duty will explore, Security Hub will explore, Shield you already know, right? What does Shield do again? DDoS, yes. And WAF we know. Let's move ahead. Okay, so few other security services. AWS Shield Standard. So you know Shield. What does Shield Standard do? What does it do? Some specialty of Shield Standard? It protects your DDoS, and again it has another feature which is called Advanced. It will give you premium support 24/7. So if you have the subscription of Shield Advance, and if you are facing any DDoS attack, right, you can contact your customer support in AWS, and they will give you 24/7 support for that. And that is very much helpful, because when you are in a situation of DDoS, right, there are hundreds and millions of users hijackers attacking your website or your workload, and your engineers would definitely come into stress and they might not know what to do. Then if you have Shield Advance, you have 24/7 premium support from AWS, which will help you to get out of that scenario. Next is Messi. No, just go back. Yeah. Next is Messi. It is a fully managed data security and data privacy service that uses ML. It will detect your PII information and it will notify you. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, guard duty. From name, can you assume what guard duty does? What do your guard of your home or your offices do?
Identify threats.
Yes, they protect you from robbers or any dangerous animal coming into your zone, right? So this is what Amazon Guard Duty do. It will identify the potential threats that will be happening in your environment, maybe in your EC2 instance or wherever it's taking place, right? Then it goes through S3, it goes through databases, your container services, it will detect all the identity threats that are there, and then it also has a mechanism that will intelligently detect, also it takes action, that is called remediation. So if you have enabled it, it will also go and remediate your issue. But more than that, knowing that the threat exists is it's very important, and you might be responsible for that threat, right? So you have to take some precautions. That's where we use guard duty. Move ahead. Okay, Security Hub. Most of you must know this service. How many of you know this service? None of you? One hand raise. Come on, guys. I was damn confident you would be knowing this service. Okay, so there are so many security services, right? Messy is there, guard duty is there. What else? Shield is there, right? So Security Hub is one place. If you have enabled it, you will get notifications from all these services into one dashboard, into one place. You don't have to go into guard duty and check all the findings. You don't have to go into Messy and check all the findings. If you have enabled Security Hub, you can see all the findings at one place. It will come from all these services only, but it will show you in one place. And there are 3 different kinds of findings: high finding, low finding, and the medium one. So it will show you all the 3. Can we move ahead? I'll show you the screenshot. So here you can see that there are few low findings. If you go down, we might have few medium level findings and high critical findings. So this is what Security Hub do. In short, it takes data from everyone and show it. Just like you have done a project in group, only one person will represent, right? But the 5 of you have done that project. So they are just gathering information, it's showing it to you. Next slide, please. Few best practices. Enable your MFA, right? Next one is, come on, read it. Create IAM users with least privilege. Third one is, regularly rotate your IAM access keys. Fourth one is, network security. Fifth one is, enable CloudTrail and CloudWatch. Why? Because पड़ोस वाली आंटी अंकल को पता होना चाहिए क्या कर रहे हैं ना. Sometimes if you are blamed falsely, you can go there to show them proof that भाई इस समय पे तो मैं घर पे ही नहीं था. True? Yeah. Next one is encrypt your data using KMS. Next one is use guard duty for continuous threat detection. And the last one is, I know we have not discussed it, but I wanted to discuss it, and it is set up automated backups for key resources. By any chance, if anything is deleted, you still have a backup of it, right? And with this, can we go to the next slide? Come on, yeah. A little smile. Thank you for your attention. And I did got so many responses from you. One more enter. And this is me, so stay connected. This is my LinkedIn profile. And before leaving the stage, I had 1 second. Any questions from you? I'll be around, so if you have any questions, do reach out. And thank you for being a lovely audience. So much, ma'am. Please stay on.
First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session on AWS Security Insights. Now I would like to invite Brajesh sir to facilitate, ma'am. Come on, everyone, we know the tradition.